We are. We learned about this Thursday afternoon, and we were having a meeting at the campaign office Thursday morning, and we were interrupted with the meeting with the news. And for the whole weekend, we're trying to figure out or understand what the law really says. We've had so many different interpretations, and nobody knows what's going on. And there's no case law. So for the judge to just outright rule in the favor of extending someone's term, we just, as citizens, can't understand it. I know that we have to take emotion out of it. I know that you have to see the law as the law. And that makes sense, and we will abide by that. But at the same time, too, for us to file and not have any information about this before we filed and do everything that we have done is wrong. It's just blatantly wrong. But the most important part of it is take the candidates out of it completely and just say that, you know, if dealing with the citizens in our city, this is just one more black eye that we have to work through, and we have to try to rebuild again, start all over again, and what's the real reason? Why do we have to do this again? And I think the citizens are standing up and saying, no more of this. No, we're done. We want it done the right way, and whatever the judge rules, we will abide by it, but we just need some clarification. As Mr. Turner said, just clarification is all we need. So we'll know how we need to proceed. As far as our campaign goes, we're going full force, as if this never happened. But at the same time, too, I think that this will cause a lot of confusion amongst the voters and the people of Pine Bluff. And that's the scary part. Well, come November the 6th, we will have been campaigning a year and a half. A year and a half.
So I guess what would you like to see done right now? I mean, there hasn't been a ruling either way yet.
No,
so
there's not.
I mean, what do you want done now?
Right now, we would like clear definition as to clear interpretation as to what this law really means. And we don't even know how to go about getting definition or clear interpretation of it. We don't know. If the AG office rules, it renders an opinion on this, that will not hold up in court. So we've got to find an avenue to get this to the judge for him to even rule on it. And we don't even know how to get that part done, or if it even needs to be done. We don't know that either. It may be that this particular law.
What exactly are you saying presently are being put in place, and by whom?
I don't think I understand the question.
What law is you saying is being put in place now, and by whom?
Well, the law went on the books in 1960, I believe it was. 1970. The law went on the books, and the law states that from a census, if your population increases above 50,000, then your election cycle needs to run concurrent with the presidential election. But that is loosely defined there. If the population drops below 50,000, then the election cycle will be opposite the presidential election cycle. So either way, if you go above or you go below, there is a gap there of 2 years that any city is going to have to deal with, regardless if you go up or go down. And so what we're saying is that with that gap, let us handle the gap the democratic way. Let us vote. Let us vote on that and say that, okay, if it's 2 years, let the people vote on 2 years. And that is okay. But that's the law. And it went into effect in 1970, I believe it was.
Okay. Are you saying that as of today, the law are stating that if there's under 50,000 consensual citizens, that the mayor can actually emphasize and implement or enforce no voting policy?
No, we're not saying that. No, we're not saying that at all. Yes, the mayor's attorney, personal attorney, has asked for an AG's opinion and wanting the AG to interpret the law as to should there be an extension of his term, should his term be extended for another 2 years, or should there be an election? That's what he's wanting the AG to render an opinion on.
And also to add to that, there is no clear definition about what happens to a city that's 50,000 that falls below 50,000. There is no clear definition on that. There is no law to address that. But like she says, there is a law when you go above 50,000, you get on the cycle of the president's election. But we have been at 50,000 and we've fallen below that, but there has not been a determination. And so what they're asking for is an opinion. And what the candidates are saying and the people, we're saying that we want the election to go forward. We don't want the judge, any judge, if a lawsuit is filed, we don't want any judge, and we hope a judge would, give a person 2 years when the people have not spoke to that. The people are the ones who put these people in office, these elected officials. So we should have a say in that. Our vote should not be suppressed. Our voices should not be cut simply because someone is coming up with a technicality to try to prevent a candidate like this one or other candidates from becoming the next mayor of Pine Bluff.
And basically, and to add on, we're saying that there has been case law whenever the population goes above. There is no case law when the population drops below. So that's what's creating a lot of the confusion and the disruption, because nobody knows what to do. The uncertainty about all of this is huge. And so with uncertainty comes chaos, comes people, it could even be that people might decide, well, my vote's not going to count, or there's not an election, so why even turn up the vote? You know, there's so many things that can implicate this. And I think that chaos has been created for that very reason.
You think the judicial system may be a little hesitant to make an opinion because this may be potentially a landmark decision?
I don't think they would be hesitant. I think they would make a fair decision and allow this election to proceed in November because the people want that. It would be the fairest thing to do for the other 25 candidates that have sweat, spent money, that have walked streets, that have knocked on doors, that have laid themselves out to the people to be their representative. So I think a judge would look at all of this and say the people are speaking, and the people are the ones that this government is about. And so I can't see a judge not really giving them the benefit of the doubt. And everybody then, including the sitting mayor, would then be